Hello people, welcome to the lesson plan video for Guess the Letter problem. As you can see, this is a visual pattern recognition problem for level 1 students. And we'll be using the image given here throughout our lesson. Now let's see what is the big problem that we have here. This is the pattern we have. The big problem is what will be the letter in the 99th place? Yeah. Now we'll quickly skim through the agenda. I request all of you to pause here and go through each section and description. I'm also taking a pause here, after which we'll mention the highlights of each. Yeah. So the first section we have is a notice and wonder routine, where we want our students to observe the pattern and make note of anything they see or any question they have. After that, the students are going to extend the pattern till 15th place. They will verbally and visually explain how did they see the pattern going. And then in the next 20 minutes, students will predict and verify for the 29th place. They're going to find out what letter will be coming in the 29th place. And after that, we get into solving our big problem, which is to predict for 99th place. And lastly, we have a closing where we do a quick recap and reflection of what we have learned in the lesson. So now let's move into our lesson. As you know, the first section we have is the notice and wonder, where the students will already have this image in their handout, and based on this they're going to answer two questions. They're going to write down three things that they notice here and any one question that they might have. Now the notice and wonder routine is for 10 minutes, and this is how the time division looks like. There are a few important things also to keep in mind. While watching the video, take a pause here and go through each of these. And by the end of the notice and wonder routine, we are establishing that there are four different letters and they are repeating one after the other. And that is a cycle that's continuing. Yeah. Something we are establishing by the end of the notice and wonder routine. And once we establish this, we pose the big problem to our students, which is what will be the letter in the 99th place if this pattern keeps going on and on. Yeah. So since we have a big problem, we are going to introduce a strategy of solving a simpler problem. And for that, we are going to extend till the 15th place. It's a quick activity and it should take not more than 5 minutes. One thing to keep in mind is that when will the students actually stop counting? Yeah, and how are we keeping track of the exact 15 letters or 15 places? That's something that we need to keep in mind here. And once they have extended, we are going to predict for 29th place. For that, we have 20 minutes. The students are going to work in their pairs to predict for the 29th place, and they will also verify their prediction here. In the next 8 minutes, we have a large group sharing where we ask students to share the different strategies they have used to come up with predictions. Now, the chances are that the students will come up with multiple. And so, and therefore, we are going to discuss two strategies that our students might come up with, might or might not come up with. So let's see what they are. So the strategy is that of division and remainder method. If you remember, we have already established in the notice and wonder routine that there are four letters in total and they are repeating one after the other. So 4 is constant here. So when we are going to predict for 29th place, the students will actually divide 29 by 4, yeah, and it gives a remainder of 1. So the students understand that when we divide 29 by 4 and we get a remainder of 1, that means it's letter P in the 29th place, which is actually true for the 29th place in this case. And if it's for a different number, if we divide that number by 4 and we get a remainder of 2, that means it's the letter A in that place. And if we get a remainder of 3, then it's the letter R in that case. And if we get no remainder, it's the letter K. Yeah. So this is one strategy, and this is the most sophisticated of all, and this could be used for any large numbers. Now, another strategy is a repeated addition strategy. Now, as we shared before, the students will divide the pattern into different blocks. So the first block is spark 1 to 4, and the second block is 5 to 8, and so on in multiples of 4, we could say. So they keep on adding till 28. That means like they keep on adding 4, 8, 12, 16, and so on till 28, 7 times, and then they reach 28, and the letter will be K there, right? After that, they take small jump for 29, because after 28, it's immediately 29, right? So we just need to take one small jump. That means one jump to reach 29. That means the letter P. So 28th place, we will have K. That means 29 will of course have P, right? So that's the small jump we are taking here. And these are the strategies our students might come up with. Now, what one thing to keep in mind is when the students are sharing this in large group, ask everyone to pay attention so that they can also build upon what their friends have seen. So one student might have come up with one strategy, and he or she might get interested in the other student strategies as well, right? So ensure that they are trying to understand the different strategies which is uh, which is actually put forth by their friends. And once this is done, we move into solving our big problem, which is to predict for 99th place. We have 13 minutes here. Students are going to work in their pairs to predict for 99th place. And when they are doing this in the first 4 minutes, they're going to work independently. After that, they will also work with their partners to share their answers and the different strategies. If they have done and succeeded with one strategy, ask them to verify with different strategies as well. Yeah, large group sharing. The next 4 minutes, where we invite our students to share the different strategies they have used to make the prediction. And one thing to keep in mind is that make sure that we are calling the students who have come up with different strategies. Yeah. And if we have enough and more time, we can also do an extension to this section where we ask the students come up with a strategy to find the letter in any place. Yeah. And only if we have time. So with that, we have come to the end of our lesson. We have the closing for next 10 minutes. In the first 5 minutes, we do a quick recap of the lesson. So we ask our students to discuss in pairs in the first 3 minutes as to what did we do in the class today. And after that, when the pair discussion is over, using the cold calling technique, we call students and list down the steps involved in today's lesson. And after that, we do an individual reflection space for the next 5 minutes. So for the reflection question, please do refer to the handout. And once the students have reflected on this question, if you have time, ask the students discuss with their partners on their thoughts of reflection. Yeah. So with that, we have come to the end of the guess the letter problem. It's a very interesting lesson, and I hope all of you have fun taking this lesson in the class. So enjoy and have fun. Bye bye.